No, I'd like to welcome everyone here with a Marketers Guild today. We've got a special edition with Isaac and the team at Shuffll. I've been talking to them for quite a while about some of the exciting things they're doing on the video production front. So excited to share this with all of you today. I think it's something that's going to be useful for quite a few folks in the community. As usual with these kinds of sessions, we tend to avoid calling them webinars. This isn't so much a broadcast event versus a conversation. So please, as you have feedback and questions, love for you to enter them in the chat. If you want to raise your hand, if you need to shout something out, then great. But just make sure to let your thoughts known, because that's going to be what's most useful for Shuffll and for asking questions and sharing things that probably are on other people's minds too. So Isaac, I'll give you the floor, and just look forward to what you're sharing in the conversation, and can't wait to see the latest with Shuffll.
That's great. Thank you for having me. Actually, I'm here with Yonit from my team, Team Shuffll all the way. I have to say that it's really like I'm excited. I saw your community, and I'm pretty excited to be like to present like what we actually do. And really, like, feel free, like, everybody, if you need to like stop us, I'll try to like have like several spots like where we can actually like you can just like jump in, ask questions, feel free. We can discuss about like everything. I do have like a presentation, but again, like, we're flexible, so like feel free to like let me know if you want to jump in. Let me share the screen real quick. One sec. Hopefully it will work.
Yeah, it's visible.
Visible? Okay, so I'll keep it that way because I think it's gonna be easy because I have multiple screens. Good. So can you see the slides?
Yeah, the slides are there. I don't know if you want to do it in presentation mode, like we see.
I will.
Okay, but yeah, the slides are here.
I'll move to this screen. One sec. I'll switch.
There we go.
So
perfect.
Good. I believed in myself, and technology is great. About like what we're going to see now, basically we're going to talk about video and B2B video specifically. We can talk about like other stuff when time comes, but this is like our main topic. And the title says it all: stress-free B2B videos, easy. No one actually says that. Today you have maybe like 2-3 ways to actually produce videos. So you can go like the DIY method, try to record yourself, come up with a script, continue from there, go to like actually record yourself, then try to like upload everything, edit, background music, all this stuff till you get a decent video. Or you can go to like an agency where you can actually get this like service done for you. Both are like extremely time consuming, extremely expensive. It's either you pay with your time or you pay with your money, and you always have to like there's like a trade-off there. Let me just like present myself. I'm Isaac, the CEO of the company, co-founder. We are a team of 10 and growing pretty. I have to say, like, I'm happy with the growth. And my background, that's the third company that I'm the founder of and the CEO. And actually, my previous startup, again, was like a mixture between AI and marketing. It's like something that I'm very passionate about. The creative side of things and the machines, and like how we can actually take from this like all like advancements in AI and not replace people completely, and actually like empower people. That's about myself. Okay, so moving from seller-led to buyer-led market. So go back 10-15 years ago, you had to actually chase people. You had to go bombard them with like cold emails. You had to like go and like try to try to phone calls, like all this stuff, which are now methods that are basically obsolete. So we got to like a place where people are like fed up with like, don't call me. And the new generation is like actually even like more sensitive to this like whole phenomena. And what used to be something that is pretty much reserved to like the big enterprise companies, which is doing lots of marketing and bringing people to you and get more exposure, actually became something that everybody could do. We could all go on social media. We can all present ourselves. You have professional social media. You have something that is more like lifestyle, but you have a social media for each sector. And the cool thing about it is that it came right when people needed this, because now audience want to get basically knowledge, to get exposed to services, and eventually they want to choose who they want to work with. Problem is that actually showing your experience, showing your leadership, showing that you are like an expert in like actually providing decent service and creating this connection with the audience is not that easy. And if you want to actually do it, we all agree like the best form to consume content is video, probably, I hope so. And so it's not easy. And if you want to release new videos and if you want to keep high standard, it's something that is time consuming, and you have to like pay for that. So what's going, like what you see right now, actually is something fairly interesting. You see more companies and more professionals put employees in front of the cameras, or they put themselves, if they're like individuals or small teams, to actually create this connection between them and the audience. And this became the de facto method to actually get clients to feel connected to your brand or your services, or like the things that you want to represent. The thing is that now you don't have to be an influencer to actually influence. The cool thing is that you can like, we can all like just like go ahead and like talk about things that are like interesting for us, like things that we're passionate about. And you always have like enough people that will be interested in what you have to say if it's like a meaningful content. We follow like Shuffll, we follow, and we really want to say like we have like several companies that do an excellent job. Unit will present some of them pretty soon. You see like a list of these companies here. These companies actually put their employees in front of the camera. So they take like a tech lead and they let him like create content about technology, which is something that is pretty much like an expert. Or they take someone that is not like completely from like marketing and they teach about sales, or like show what happens in the company, create this bond, not throughout only like the marketing department and like coming up with the creative and going to like an agency. They actually put people that care about this type of content, and this way they become not only something like a brand that you can relate to, you can also create this like thought leadership vibe, so you can actually push things that are not specifically your main service, but actually get more exposure and get more like authenticity out there. I'll move to Yonit, so she will show you like a few examples of these companies, and then we can see like how we can actually apply this.
Thanks, Isaac. Hi, everyone. So I'd like to just zoom in on the companies that Isaac just mentioned in the following slide. Okay, so this company, Comstor, they're not such a big company. They target sales and marketing personas. They have a very, very strong content team. They have an in-house video producer, which is Reina, You can see her on the left, and she does an amazing job scripting their content ideas and doing all the post-production work. She's also giving tons of great tips about how to create better videos. So who's involved in actually creating content? You have the CEO, the content manager, which is more classic, and you have the go-to-market manager. And then Reina, she shared how they're creating content. So they start by brainstorming as a team, and then she creates a Notion page for each content piece involving the person who's being featured. And then recording is always done remotely. They're a remote first company, but she walked every single person involved. She walked them through the first time with positioning, with settings. And the result is that their content is recognizable per person. It's always short form, great editing. There's value, and they're talking about their own expertise. So it's authentic, classic thought leadership content. Now we'll zoom in on the next one. Okay, Sprout Loud. They're a bigger company. I think they have they're still SMBs, but they're about, I don't really remember, but they're like 100+ employees. What they do, they offer a distributed marketing platform. And what's interesting is this. So the picture shown, it's the same video. The first one on the right was shared by the company on their official LinkedIn profile. And the second one, sorry, the first one on the left was shared on their LinkedIn profile. The second one on the right was shared by Aaron. Aaron is the demand generation manager. He's starring himself in series that he developed for Sprout Loud. Aaron is not an influencer. He's an employee. He likes to create videos, and he was very vocal about the amount of creative freedom that he has to just do what he does best. So he creates funny and memorable content. When he shared the video himself, he got 4x the engagement because he already gained followers who just like what he does. And again, he's not an external influencer. He's an employee just getting better at creating videos. And it's very, very, I would say unique, because he does these little shows with different types of people, like Detective Dan and other terms that are relatable for the marketers that they try to address. Okay, next. This company is called Salesboat. Salesboat, they're a very small company. They have a very small team, less than 10 people, if I'm not mistaken. And what they do, they involve their entire team in creating consistent video content. And it's a mix between humor, thought leadership, explainers, short form. Joshua, who you can see on the left, he's the VP of community, and he shared with me that at the company, they realized that their community is their strength. So they're tapping into that until they reach their MVP, because Salesboat is actually sort of a pivot of a different company called Overpass. So Overpass has been around for longer, and they have a strong audience. So they're trying to harness that audience to move over with them to Salesboat. And they're just trying to create more and more content until they have something that they can really sell, because they still don't have that. And he told me, Joshua, that they're creating much more video than any other type of content, because for them, they saw it's engaging, it's effective for brand loyalty, and they've seen amazing results. And for Sailboat also, they have different types of video. Like Joshua likes to do very funny videos. The CEO, he does classic thought leadership videos. And the last one is Walnut. So Walnut is a software company. They offer a different demo experience. And what I noticed about them is that they're producing a lot of video content and sharing it on their own LinkedIn page. So they have a strong following there. Webinars, testimonials. They're also creating content that brands them as the go-to solution for a better demo experience. And they use social proof a lot. they're serving their customer testimonials as short one-on-one interviews. So they're also repurposing that kind of content. And you know what you're getting, you know it's short, it's digestible. Most of their videos are also part of a series. And I've noticed that they work in 3 pillars. They have sales tips, they have their testimonials, and they have the product features. So they're being extremely consistent. Their customers are salespeople, so it only makes sense to tie the problem of closing more sales or cutting time to close deals to their product. The message is basically use Walnut, you'll close deals faster. And they support this idea with social proof. But they're an excellent example of a company that has a good amount of followers on LinkedIn, and they don't really use their employees as individuals. They tag them in the post, but I haven't noticed that they really, encourage them to develop their own personal brand as Walnut employees. Okay, next. Okay, this was also very interesting. So after following these companies and seeing how well they create content, and it's not easy to be consistent, to come up with these ideas, to post every single week, multiple times a week, we conducted internally research. We wanted to see what is out there. These are the best students in class, but what happens with the rest of the company? With the rest of the companies. We researched 500 B2B companies in the software, in the tech space, software development space. Those were the industries. Looking for what type of content they create. 30 to 200 employees, US based only. This was in May, so just a few months ago. The results were next. We'll show them. Okay, 70% of the companies, and we went over 500 companies, it took ages. 70% don't post videos at all, nothing. So we could say, okay, maybe they have videos in their newsletters, maybe it's just not publicly available, but we went over the company profiles. We went over the classic employees that would theoretically create content. They don't have that. And that's a big question for Isaac to ask.
Yes, so actually, why? That's really a big question. So we touched main points of how hard it is to actually produce content, and especially if you want to give it to someone else that is not from the marketing department, it becomes it adds another layer of complexity. The problem is that you want these people to be in front of the camera, but it's so tough, and even trying to manage this whole thing with multiple people, it's super tough, and keeping the brand identity and keeping a certain standard. So if we want to maybe show an illustration, this is how video was used to be made before. So you had to go through the research, write your script, plan shooting list, record yourself, edit your video, add motion design, mix the music, render, publish, all of this for one video. And the key today is consistency. If you want to create content, if you want to get exposure, no matter which platform you actually use, which medium, you actually have to create content all the time. And what we actually do is that we shift this whole thing from this very long process, very complex process, to something that becomes something that everybody could actually do. So you only have 3 stages. You have to plan your video, and we'll help you do that. So we'll help you come up with your idea, record yourself, and the last is small tweaks, and you have a video ready to publish. Let me show you a quick examples, unless you have questions till now. You can also write in the chat. So I'll keep going, and if you have questions, I'll stop later. Let me show you how it looks like. stopping the share. So let's say we wanted to create a video like this, which you're going to see a very, very beautiful person here. So what you see here, yeah, Unit. So what you see here is like a video with like branding, lights, like we did relighting, subtitles, motion art, everything is branded from start to finish. Even the storyline was made for Unit. If you wanted to create something like that and you would go to like something like an agency or you try to do like a DIY, it would take you like long time to actually create it. You see like everything is branded, animated, and it's super hard to create yourself. And let me show you how you can actually create the same thing in Shuffll. One sec. Switch. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the video here so I can use it in Shuffll. So real quick, what is Shuffll? We want to take you from point A to point B, the fastest way and the simplest way. So like point A is like you having no idea what you want to create. Point B is that you have a video ready to publish. That's the plan. And the plan is to make it simple enough so everybody could actually use it. We'll go quickly through the process of onboarding on Shuffll. You quickly say like where you're from, like what you actually do, like which kind, like what kind of department, and just like a bit about your business. Then you move to this page. I'll show you it here real quick. So you'll go to this page, which is like where you actually can. We'll go to your website and import everything from your website. So we'll quickly go like over like all the texts, the services that you provide, the images, the logo, the colors, like everything. And we teach our models everything about your brand. So your brand story, identity, the service that you provide, the colors, the vibe, the energy, whatever, like everything that you would tell the agency if you would go to them to actually get service from them and you had to like give them a brief. You move on to the actual dashboard. In the dashboard, you can like handle multiple projects. You can do it with others, like with like your team and everything. Handle assets, go over the branding, and as you can see, like we quickly pull like your brand story. Like here we present Monday.com, which is our example, and you will grab like everything for you. So when we generate ideas or when we generate storylines, it will fit perfectly to your brand voice and your brand identity. Let's start a new project and see like how it behaves. When you want to create a project, you just basically tell us what kind of project you want to create. It can be a thought leadership video, an explainer, training video. Let's pick thought leadership video. Immediately I get suggestions. So like video ideas. And we're going to like expand this like thing to actually like give you ideas even from your competitors. So you'll be able to see what's trending right now, what works with SEO, so you can create content that actually fits that trend. After you choose like one of the prompts, or you can put one yourself, you move on to the next screen, which is where you actually choose like what kind of theme you like most. So this is like another input that helps us understand your maybe like your like choice and like your like vibe, so you can apply when we generate like everything for you. Now basically everything is being created while we speak. So we generate a full storyline, and you can see like one scene is like generated after the other. We also create the script, so we generate the script for you, so you don't have to like, oh shit, I hit like a table. One sec. Okay, fixed. I have connections with the company. So everything was like generated like for you. So you can actually see like all like everything is like the branding, the animations. We even generate like images like assets. It can be videos, it can be still images. And you can see that it knows everything, my name, the services that we provide from start to finish. We can tweak it. We can change it. We can even invite others to create the content for us after we have like the storyline basically ready. And from here, we move to the studio, which is where we actually create it. Here, super simple. We have a teleprompter that is also voice activated, so it will follow your speech. And you can actually go from one scene to another, record multiple takes. You can, of course, like change the camera. And we can record multiple takes and actually get to a point where we get a take that we're satisfied with. When we finish this, like all like the red like incomplete scenes, we actually have a video ready. From there, we move to the last step, which is something that you almost don't have to touch anything. You can tweak it just a bit, but we'll do like everything behind the scenes. What we'll do is we'll fix your lighting, fix your voice, generate background music, create like all like the animations and everything, fuse them into the video, generate subtitles, and get a video ready to publish in just minutes. So from start to finish, we have clients creating videos in about 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Videos that would take 3 days to create previously are now something that you can create in 20 minutes. You can create it with your team. You can let influencers, like, so after you create the storyline, you can create, like, let others create the videos for you, and you have full control over the content. So you get the video back to you. The cool thing about it is that now not only you have more control, you have more like velocity, you also get very decent standards. So everything is animated according to your brand. Even what you see here, like everything is like basically like ready with the scripts. We'll even like give you ideas. And the goal here is to actually make your employees or yourselves influencers. And today is something that everybody could actually do and actually achieve. And we want to be the enablers. And as you can see right now, not according to the trend, we don't change you. Like, we don't like actually put like an AI avatar instead of like putting you. We actually want to keep the authenticity, but everything around you will be AI. So like that's actually like our company's slogan: everything is AI but you. So we keep the authenticity, sorry, like difficult word. We actually help you create decent content above like a certain standard. And almost like if you had like a full production team that is AI, basically doing the work for you. That's us. Unit?
Right. So what I do want to add, that's a technicality, but I really have to add it. You see the setup behind me. It's a more professional setup. So naturally, when I record myself using Shuffll, the videos will look nicer than me sitting in front of my laptop camera and doing the same. And then the contrast between our cool motion art and the actual recording will not be that big. But if you record yourself with a bad setting or with a really, really simple webcam, it will show. So that's part of what we do when we first start out with customers. We go through what can you do to make yourself look best in front of the camera. So that I feel like that's something that is important to point out. And I think Isaac, now is also the time to tell everyone about our NYC event.
Yes. So as I told you before, we are a startup and we are launching. We're super excited about this because we're working so hard. Like, we barely sleep. Like, I slept like 3 hours last night. I also have a newborn, but it's not the main reason, surprisingly. I don't know how, but I barely sleep, not because of my child. And we're launching. We have an event that we're hosting in New York. It's going to be in a very cool place. We're going to have like a very cool experience over there, something that is like an immersive experience. It's going to be in Loom Studios. And the plan is to have the community here joining us. We'll host you. It's going to be epic. You'll be able to create videos. You'll be able to like have like good time and like enjoy music and everything. And also we have like a few surprises there like waiting for you guys. And everybody here is of course invited. We'll like pre-approve like everybody here. That's us. And thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of excitement in the chat here. Someone's already asking, are you going to have a launch event in San Francisco too?
Oh yeah, actually we plan to have like something like a bit later, like end of October. That's the plan. So we're gonna have LA, actually San Diego, LA, and San Francisco.
Oh, great. Well, we'll definitely make sure to share these in the community as well. I should, I often assume everyone here is in the community itself, but if you're not in the Slack, where you also hear just like the events channel, things like that, that link will get you right in. And it does look like you already have some pre-RSVPs for the New York event here, so a lot of folks should be around then. It's advertising week, New York, so there'll be a lot going on that week. There was some question already, especially after the trial, just what pricing options look like. Do you want to share a little bit more about how that works?
So $60 per user per month, so $59 per user per month. That's the plan. Everybody here are going to get like a discount. So like David will send you, like actually us, like, and David, like we're going to send you a coupon just like for you. You can try it out. We are here for feedback. We're always improving. It grows like super fast. So if you send us feedback, usually we're like super responsive and get things like better and better and create more features. So $60 per user per month. That's the pricing point right now. We're not going to change it like for like something that is like more than that. So we're going to keep it simple.
That so one question that comes to mind, I was thinking about this as you were showing all these great examples here, is like if I want to do something, but then like 1 week, just as a one-off video, I want to include a certain client of mine, right? Like, does that then count as a user? Is it easy to just like give someone a link to record something and incorporate it in, or do they have to be in my system for like a guest speaker?
So yeah, so we'll have to like add them like as guests. So what we're planning to have right now is to like allow you to have like a few guests. So like you'll have like a short list of like people that you can invite without them like actually have to pay, and it will still like be your brand. So like in order to for them to like create their own brand, they'll have to like open an account. But if they want to be like become guests, that's not a problem.
Yeah, because I think it's also great. Like I was working with a client that this would be great for, where I hosted something with the CEO, but then there was just like a one-off session with one of their clients, and so it's like you turn that into a series, but not need. It's like not need, like if I do this every week and every week it's a different client, then like that not working against me. Then I think that kind of guest feature will probably, because I know there are also some people on this call who do a lot of interview style videos.
So yeah, so like interview, thought leadership, like videos, which like is something that I believe that like everybody should create like at least like once a week, I would say. So thought leadership videos, explainers, actually talk about like what's like interesting even like for you. So if it's interesting, there are probably like there are probably more people that are interested in what you have to say. So just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and the ideation piece I think is so tough because just like with that initial question, video is still hard, right? Like, especially if you're not just a video producer, but like I feel like every marketer knows video is useful, video is valuable, but that like 70% that's not using it at all right now. I mean, I think it's just a pain, and I even wonder, and I'm curious if this came up in your research, like how much of it is that it's just hard to produce versus hard to even think like what's good enough as a concept, right? Because I feel like the bar for like a paragraph long text post on LinkedIn, like it's not necessarily easy, but it doesn't feel as big a hurdle. But then if you're going to translate that to like a minute long video, even, it's like, what's going to be good enough that someone's actually going to want to click play and watch this?
Yeah, you're right. And we want you like actually like get better and like actually like analyzing what's interesting right now and what's trendy, and also something that what's interesting, but like also like we want to find things that you'll have like something interesting to say about, like things that you're going to be like an expert of, because just like creating like trendy videos, especially if it's like B2B videos, it's not gonna cut it. So like you'll have to like create something that you feel that you know enough and will complete like everything else. So like the thing is that we want to take like the load off your shoulders to make it easier for you to even iterate. So like create like once, create twice till you're satisfied, create something about like different topics till you're happy, and now you can publish it. And without making it simple enough, you can't iterate. So like it's gonna be like something that you just like can't do like a lot of videos and like just like try.
So there's a question from either Shay or Shy, sorry, about the pronunciation, but can you repurpose older content from professionally shot videos or only shoot on the platform?
So currently, like you can only shoot on the platform, but that's like something that a lot of people request. Like that's like something that we get a lot. So we have like I would say like 70-30, like 30% of the people like actually say like, oh shit, like I really need this. Others just want to create like new content all the time and create more relevant content. So the answer is like not currently, but we're working on it. Hopefully in the next like couple of months, we're gonna have it.
So this is great. I want to ask a question that relates to what Robert's saying. Robert, if you do want to come on and ask them yourself, and then Jay-Z, I'll go to you right after that. But I'm curious how much you see this working like in place of like using a video production shop. I mean, I even have someone on Fiverr who's my go-to to help me with a lot of things. Or is this something like our video producers using this as a tool in their arsenal? Like how does it compete or complement what video production services firms are doing?
So that's interesting, because like we're not going to replace like all agencies like at once and like everything is like, oh, okay, done. Like now you'll still have like people coming with like cameras, lights, like having like a setup. Like we're not going to replace this. We're not going to replace like a super like deep process to create this like one-off video that you actually need right now to like send like the right message to important people or like important audience. But we're in a new world where like creating this like one video usually won't cut it. So you need to create constant like content, and the idea is to help you do that. So if we're talking, I'm always saying it, like some people like don't like me like saying this, but we're not creating the Ferrari of video. We're creating the Toyota, which is super reliable, and like you'll have like tons of this, and they will get you from point A to point B. So that's us, and we want to do like a very decent job doing that.
And what it also sounds like, if I'm hearing you right, is like, for the 30% they're doing video, it's like if you have ways to do that, like great, right? Like don't like stop doing what's working, but there's a reason that the 70% are not.
Yeah, and like the idea is to have like if you build like a decent strategy, you want to have like big like premium content that is like something that you work like really hard, like go like super deep, understand your audience, try to create something once that you can use multiple times, or something that conveys like or actually creates like idea. But on a more like fundamental layer, you want to create content all the time, get exposure, become a thought leader. Without creating like enough content, you will never get like your audience to feel connected to you, or like to feel that you're like an expert in like any like topic. So you have to create this like you have to have like quantity and quality, but we don't want to compromise quality to a point where it's something that won't bring like decent value. So that's what we're trying to achieve with that. We're not going to replace the premium services.
Well, that's helpful. And Robert, if you have any follow-up questions, let me know. But I want to go to call me Jay-Z, who's been waiting patiently.
Hey, David. Hey, Isaac. Hey, Yonit.
And
I do, I love this. And, I do a lot of like video podcasts and people are always like, oh, the quality, has to be right for B2B. But I'm curious in an organization where, I work with like data scientists and AI model trainers, like they're like, Jay-Z, I'm coding. They're like, I'm building the model. Like, are you gonna pay me a commission, like 30% on all deals closed for the time that I'm taking away from building the model? So I'm just curious, like, for the people who are kind of on the fence, like they don't really want to be famous, but if they got like money for it, how do you like tip them over to become an influencer if they weren't already trying to be?
so that's a good question. I have to tell you that like we have like lots of companies like in the cybersecurity space, insurance, finance, like all like you could call it like the not like most interesting types of companies or like people that you will
Yeah.
say like immediately, oh, I'm drawn to like watching them. But I would say that those are usually the smartest people, and those are usually the people that have actually something decent to say that other people will feel that they get value from. Like so I would say that if you make it easy for them, and if it's something that is like inviting, and you don't have to go through like all like the hurdles of like actually like, oh, let's come up with like an idea for the content, or like, so you keep it short, simple, and precise. So they only have to like suffer for like a very short like period of time. This will be like a key, I guess, because it's like a pain to payment thing, right? If they see like a content gets done, but it didn't cost them like a lot of time, effort, and now they get exposure, they'll be happy.
So
I see, because you're telling them what to say. They don't have to come up with it. So it's like a short period of time.
Exactly. So we'll give them like you'll give them like ideas. It will all be branded. They don't have to go through like all like the process. So they can make it theirs, but they don't have to do like 80% of the job, which is like super tough to like actually come up with like a script, let's say, or like a structure for the video. It's something that is extremely difficult to create. And something cool about what we offer, immediately they can see like something that is close to the end result. So as you see, like now you record yourself, and in real time you see like all the animations and everything like happening, and this gets you like one step closer and makes it something that, oh, if I'm going to invest just like a bit, I'm going to get like a video ready, like, and it's going to be super cool. So if you make it simple and you give them like an idea of like how it's going to like be at the end, this will be like, I guess, a key. And I guess that there is like personality involved as well. So we can solve like all problems.
Yeah, I think some of the, like I come from fintech, so people are very opinionated and they have like these really funny personalities and they just never thought of like publicizing themselves. But I see how like if they can do quickly and then see the end result quickly, it would shortcut the whole like, I don't know, Jay-Z. So thank you.
Yeah. And I would say that they need to like even not with like a conversation or something. So just like sit in front of a camera, just like read this. Good, like yeah, we have like a video, and like then you show them like 10 minutes after, look, like your video is ready. This is like it's pretty cool. Like we experience this feeling like every day, so we know it's pretty cool.
Thank
so
you.
thanks for this, Jay-Z. Love your thoughts here. I'm also curious, getting to the like how to get started, and appreciate you'll give folks a code and things like that to make it easy to try this out. Like if just given the kinds of options there, like what do you find is usually like the easiest, best, like first kind of video to make if you're not used to doing this and don't know where to begin?
I would say like a thought leadership video, just like explaining like a topic that is interesting for you. Explaining something that is related to your brand, the services that you provide, and will make you, will move you like one step closer to become like a thought leader, like in your like area. So like Jay-Z here, like you can also see like from like the setup and like background and everything, like she has like everything ready, but like most people, they don't. And if you get them like one step closer to actually producing content and get like something out there, good. That's like where I would start. just get a piece of content out there.
Yeah, I love that. Just just getting something right on the
Yeah,
board.
and as I said before, we're gonna send you a link, like everybody here. We're gonna send you a link with like a coupon code that is gonna be like activated immediately when you so like it's gonna be pre-activated. So just try it out. Perfect. Like we'll just like make sure that you'll get like a decent service, and you can always like tell us like if you need like something extra. We'll try to do like our best to make you feel that you get like a very decent value of the product.
Love that. Just seeing, I appreciate that you need,
Oh, you need to actually said something interesting. Yeah, so we have like several blog posts about describing like the process, how to build the strategy, where to start. So we'll also include them in the email.
Yeah, I mean, this to me, it's also, I mean, I think it's come a long way, just even seeing your evolution before, just in terms of like the adaptability of what you're doing right now. So, just like the different kinds of videos you can easily create, I think it just goes a really long way.
Wow,
Just,
Jay-Z.
and
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save your message, Jay-Z. I'm gonna save it. That's good.
Oh, that's Shay's message, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Shai.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. You're right. He just like so okay. Shai, that's amazing, man.
Hey, did you show the video that you were demoing the production of? I had to jump out for a minute and I came back and
Oh
I
yeah, I
didn't.
did, and we're gonna send like everything to you, so like
Complete.
no problem. So and also like on our website, you can just like go ahead and like watch like videos, examples, and like the variety of like different like animations to create. Yeah.
well, it's great. Seems like there are a bunch of these likely power users in the chat here. So you're
Yeah.
you're getting folks fired up. Other questions on how all this works? I'm also just curious, like, for like the whole measuring success piece of it, right? Like,
Yeah.
is it typically like, people just see some engagement coming through and they know it's worth it, or are there like other ways that people are like, I guess sales teams, some of them are using it to generate more engagement with prospects, and but like how are people usually determining, even like a few months later, like, should we keep doing this?
Yeah, so that's a good question, and I guess like it really depends like what their KPIs are.
Mhm.
Some just want to get content. Some look at it like in the perspective of like even like HR. So they want to put their like put their teams in front of a camera, like try to like make them like feel appreciated. Others basically measure exposure and measure engagement. So we got clients getting four times more engagement than what they used to. And also other clients that used to create a video in 1 month, and now they create 10 videos in 1 day. So this can like radically like change like the way that you look at like producing content. And the main, I would guess like the main thing here is get like videos like constantly out, and most companies, they see like engagement rising like pretty quickly.
Right.
Hopefully it answered like makes sense.
That is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we can make sure, I know a lot of folks that come in and out, so we can make sure that that everyone gets the full package soon after the call. I think,
Good.
for the most part with something like this, it's just like, okay, now we've seen it, now now let's actually try it, and that's just amazing thing for me with the like this kind of stuff that just a year or two ago would have been impossible, right? Like that you're
Exactly.
buildings and making it accessible to like literally businesses of all sizes too. So,
Yeah, I agree. And we're like extremely excited. I think like also like building products that are like in the like creation, like creative space is something that is extremely satisfying. It's tough because like it's like a tough task. It's like a tough job, but you can see like immediate rewards when you have like companies like publishing content made with Shuffll, or when we get like feedback from them. It's like it's pretty cool, and we really love what we're doing, and we're here to like also like grow and improve. So any feedback, like we're here for that. We're only launching like October 8th, which is like a few weeks from now, but like still like we want to create like a winning product, and it's really important for us.
amazing.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I think this is a great point to wrap. Again, we'll send everything to attendees and also other registrants. We'll make
Perfect.
to share this more widely with the whole marketers guild community. And
Dave, I
yeah.
have one quick question.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought a big picture, a kind of step back. This is fantastic. I'm impressed with what you've done, but I'm more interested in your point of view on the lay of the land of your alternatives. If you want to call them competitors or future partners, that's fine. But what's actually going on from using AI? What's your gut on where it's going? Who's doing it right? Who's doing it wrong? Just kind of a big picture riff on your space.
So AI for like creation or like video, or like AI like in a more like general.
For exactly what you're doing in, for your sector, this AI powered tool set.
Yeah, so I guess that we're gonna see like different like I would say like different like sectors in like AI in creation. So you're gonna see something that you're gonna see like avatars like becoming something that is like pretty much like used like everywhere that is not marketing, because you want to like create something that is more like authentic, but like you're gonna see them a lot. I guess that this will become the new boring. Also, like things like video generation for like creating like video assets. So marketing is always like creating something that is like more like, I would say, you get like exposure and like immediately jumps to like from your competitors. And I guess like some of the things that we see today that are like mind-blowing are going to become the new boring. And now you have to like assemble everything to make like decent creation. And this involves processes that were like created for years, like decades, basically creating videos. You can't replace like a decent like video creation process. And what we actually try to do with Shuffll is to mimic the pre-production, production, and post in a way that it's all complementary and it all works together. I guess that you're going to see like some people, their jobs won't be, you have to come up with a copy. The jobs will be like you have to like use the AI to create like a copy that is like a winning copy, because now it becomes like the new search engine. And if everybody finds like the same thing, it's not unique anymore. And if you want to create the uniqueness, you need to like know how to operate these tools. So I guess to answer your questions like in a broader like perspective, I would definitely start like adopting like AI tools immediately to get more like experience and like be like have like first mover advantage in a way. I guess that it will replace like some of the things that we're used to do manually to like just like automatically, instead of like sending like a drone to like take like an aerial picture of like something to get like an amazing shot. Now you have this basically ready for you in a minute, like in seconds.
So
Yeah.
your pitch should be, how do you design for adaptability? How do you prepare for the adaptability that you need, because things are going to be changing, they are changing so fast. So how are you getting ahead of the automation opportunities for more effectiveness? But in the sweet spot for everyone is, how do we actually represent ourselves and be authentic at the same time? So your pitch is about, how do you prepare? Shuffll is a tool set to enable adaptability.
Yeah.
I love it, and I think that's a great, yeah, added value proposition there. Thanks, David. I want to make sure to let folks go on time, but
Thank you, David.
hope you all get to connect and just continue these threads and all of these sessions we do. I always want them to be the start of the conversations that come through. Isaac, Yoni, thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Look
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing you in October and much more ahead.
We're gonna party. It's gonna be epic.
I'm sure.
Thank you, everybody. Like that's an amazing community. Thank you.
Thank you
David.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.